Greetings, coders. In this video, we're going to look at C-strings. C-strings are basically a character array, just like what we've seen in the prior video, except with a C-string, if it ends with a /0 or what's called a null terminator, then it becomes a C-string, and we can use the null terminator to determine when the end of the string is, no matter how long it is, because the the size here does not necessarily indicate how many characters we could have in the string. So, as I said, a character becomes a C-string when the last element contains a null character. And so when we have hello here, it looks something like this. HELLO, and then the last, it ends with this. So this allows us to, for example, use a while loop that will loop through all of these values until it hits this /0, even though we don't know necessarily how long it is. So it terminates with the character. The interesting part here is that we, even though this is only 5 characters we're showing, we always need an extra character. So it needs to be one larger than the number of characters that are inside the string. So even though the array size is 6, it has to be 6 because it includes that /0 on the end. The string length, however, is only 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 characters before /0. There's a number of different ways we could create a C string. We saw one method previously with using the initialization to do it. The other way we can do it is one character at a time. So we have the same C string and we set duck, D-U-C-K, and then the very last element, very important, has to end with this. So the declaration, when we did it that way, used double quotes, but we can also do it this way, one character at a time, but again, it must end with that /0, and when we do it by character, we have to be explicit and add it ourselves. However, when we do a declaration with the double quotes, it will add the /0 automatically for us. So again, a char itself, just a single character, is still different from a C string because a character doesn't have any /0 associated with it. So we have to be careful when we're using a character or building these up with characters that we're still cognizant of the fact that we need to have that last array location in the C string be a /0 for it to be a C string. So to print a C string, we define it here, defining it equal to dragon, and then printf we use a %s with a \n and str, and it'll print it. We can also use put string to standard out, and we just pass in the str and it will print it, but with no /n, so we'll still need an additional /n for a new line on the. Now, if we wanted to loop through the C string and print it, here's one method we could use with a for loop. So say we have str dragon, and then we have the for loop here starting at location 0. Each time, if we check if I is equal to /0, so we don't know how big or small that is. This is agnostic and could handle a string of any size because it's specifically looking for the null terminator on the end. Then we increment I++, and so this will loop through the C string and print out each character individually. And then when it reaches the /0, it'll break out, it'll print the new line, and it'll return. So there are other string operations that we could do. What if we wanted to, for example, concatenate 2 strings or compare 2 strings? We can rely on the fact that we know that the string has to end in a /0 to do these different types of operations. So if a string doesn't end with the /0 and we use this construct for looping through it, it's C is just going to keep going until it does find a /0, a byte where it's equal to 0. And that's it for this video.